Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are still continuing with the series that I started last week, and yeah, today I'll be talking about late adulthood. Remember, we talked about early childhood, mid childhood, adolescence, early adulthood, mid adulthood, and now we're late adulthood, and then we'll go to the final phase. And yeah, this is basically a channel where we talk about mostly money, financial freedom, because I'm a galley who is interested in retiring in the next 10 years and becoming a millionaire in the next 10 years in dollars. So we're manifesting. So, guys, yeah, let's get right into it. Late adulthood is like 50 to 60 years, and in this stage, if the challenges of the previous years have been met with success, then the later years can be fulfilling. In this age, our physiological processes, some of them starts to fail. You start noticing that your body is like, your bones are like more fragile, your eyesight, like basically your physiological processes, your bodily processes will begin to decline, and some people might even have a few ailments here and there, but intellectual and emotional capacities can still remain viable, and they can still expand, because these two are the very substance of our existence. In this stage, the lingering tendency to blame our parents for not doing right by us, or maybe traumatizing us in some ways, we it fades, because we realize that they were just human beings, the same as us. The way we're trying to figure out, they were also just trying to figure stuff out, and they were doing this for the first time. So yeah, that lingering needs to blame them, it fades, and you look at them with a degree of appreciation for having done their best. So in this stage, there's also an increasing awareness of our mortality and acceptance of it. Remember, we already realize that we are mortal even when we are 40. So in this stage, it's just deepening, and you're becoming more accepting of it. And even here, creativity and accomplishments might even go to greater heights. It doesn't mean that now because you're 50, you should just start thinking of the way now you're going to die. No, you still have life ahead of you. Even 10 years is a lot of time. So you can still do a lot with the time you have with you. Don't just reach a certain age and now you're sitting at home waiting for death to come find you. Toka na uko nje ikupate na uko ukipanda miti ama milima, So in this stage, especially the people who have been able to do their accomplishments and face challenges, they have a feeling that they have succeeded at last. Like all that struggle, it's worth it, because you're probably balling now. You're a millionaire. You have some money packed. You can travel. You can live nice life. You have raised your kids. They have gone and accomplished their own things. You're probably with your wife or with the love of your life. So there's that feeling of, yeah, I made it at last. In this age, there's a quality of experience that only comes with age. There's a quality of experience and knowledge and wisdom that even if you were told to give it up for yourself to go back to a younger years, you'll be like, nah, I like being here. I like knowing what I know now. I like being this wise, because in your 20s and your 30s, you might have made some crazy ass mistakes, because you were probably not being guided. So it was a very roller coaster moment of your life. But now that you have this wisdom and knowledge, you're like, yeah, you got the experience. You're seasoned, and you know what you're doing. You're making the right decisions. You are giving energy to the right things. You don't care about like external validation. You don't care about like people pleasing. Like you have grown. In this stage, we also like fall in love with life again, and we view it as beauty. We learn how to appreciate life. Like you look at life as a cosmic drama, like a movie, and wow, I get to take part in it. This is nice. I might as well be the best character I have ever been, because you feel so privileged to be taking part in life. Especially as you grow older, you just realize how humans, we are like we are like a very small percentage in the whole universe. If you were to compare our numbers with like the whole of the universe, we are like a very small number. So you are just impressed and grateful to like be taking part of this drama that is the cosmic world. So yeah, I think you make life with more appreciation, more calm. This is the age, even like people now want to travel the whole world. People want to sell their house and go follow the love of their life. Like this is the age where people want to, they fall in love with life all over again, like the way you were when you were a child. You were able to accomplish anything. So I think it's the same feeling here, I'm guessing. In this stage also, we aim to tie loose ends. We aim to like make amends. Maybe you've been angry at someone for the longest time. This is the age maybe you try to make amends, and this is the age you also want to savor all life has to offer, because there's that constant feeling of like your time is running out, so I want to do everything I can right now. So that is like the best case scenario. If you are raised as a secure adult, if you handled your traumas, if you healed, you became secure, you accomplished your things, that is the best case scenario. But there's also this other side of the coin. If conflict in the middle years was not solved, if you didn't face your traumas, if you didn't heal, if you didn't cultivate deeper things than just your physical appearance, if you did not become authentic and free and choose your own path and stand by your own standards and needs, the later years might be filled with disillusionment. And if you are not able to cultivate intimacy even in the previous years, shallowness and distance may characterize all your other relationships. Like, yes, you might be in a relationship, but you're not able to be vulnerable with the person because you are not able to develop intimacy in your earlier years. So this could be the worst thing because it leads to loneliness, and there's nothing worse as being lonely and you're 50, you're 60, because like if you are not able to create intimacy and be able to be open and vulnerable and share with people, you become an unrelatable person. Like, no one really relates to you, no one really remembers you, no one really remembers your birthdays, no one really celebrates you. So it's very important to cultivate your friendships even in earlier years. Cultivate a good relationship with your children, with your relatives, with the people that you can, with your wife, with your husband, like don't be just an asshole moving through life and then expect that your later years will be like bliss. Because especially here, I've worked in a nursing home and I see like some people just get abandoned there and their relatives don't even come to see them. And sometimes some kids are just naughty and ungrateful, but it also depends with how you have cultivated your family structure. Are you guys together? Are you guys close? Because you are gonna need these people when you are in your later years. So when you're going through this stage of turmoil, you feel like you want to do life again and make better choices and be a different person. But the tragedy is that it can't happen. You may end up having a feeling of despair and desperation because you cannot believe that this is how it ends. You cannot believe that this is how it ends, that you cannot have another chance to redo it. And you end up feeling like disgusted with how it ends and even how short time is. And this can be a very bad period because when you despair, you do desperate things. And especially if you did not cultivate a strong inner self, guys, I think you really need a strong inner self to carry you through anything. So if you had a strong sense of self in this age, you'll be able to calm yourself down. But if you did not cultivate those aspects, it's going to be hard on you and you're going to feel very disillusioned. You're going to have like a midlife crisis. It's not even a midlife crisis at this point, it's just a life crisis. So guys, make sure you're cultivating other things except just physical stuff, physical beauty, physical appearance, physical assets. Make sure you're working on a strong mind, a strong heart, and yeah, all that. So in this age also, most people go back to spirituality they have previously neglected, and I think it's because of the deep feeling of how humanity is such a tiny fraction of the universe. We are seeking purpose, we are seeking like connection, and that's why most people even go back to religion, because they are looking like for the ultimate feeling that other things have failed to provide. I think religion is like it provides hope for us, because if we don't have hope that we're going to go to heaven, we would feel so desperate, so pointless to do life. So I think religion gives people something to hold on to, something to hope for, something to live for. Otherwise, we realize that life can be very meaningless. So the other stage is the final phase, and this is basically from like 70 to 100 years. And in this stage, we begin facing the fact that our death is near and imminent, and it's not just a mere acceptance of mortality. This is the acceptance that our absolute lifetime has come to an end. And I can just imagine how people in like their 70s and 80s feel like it's like you're brushing shoulders with death every day, like it could come anytime, any day. So you have made peace with the fact that you will be going anytime, and this is crazy. Like, it makes you question, like, what was the point of life? You've probably experienced so many challenges, you've suffered so, and then now we die. Wow, great. So in this stage, there's a feeling of wanting to take care of unfinished business. This is where people like correct their wills. This is where people call their children and tell them I have a certain kashamba here and there. This is the stage where people like They want to settle down arguments that have been held for a long time. Yani, this is the time where people want to tie loose ends and to make sure that the unfinished business is finished. So in this period, we've lived long enough to, and we've brushed shoulders with death long enough. We've watched people die, our friends, maybe our spouses, our like colleagues, and so it has prepared you for even your own death. And you find that in this age, it diminishes the feelings of fear and dread about death because you've seen it and it's coming anyway. You cannot fear, not compared to like when you're 20, you're like, I don't want to die right now because I have such a life ahead of me. But when you're this age, you're like, ah, I have done my time, I might as well go rest, you know? So in this age, people are usually reliving and replaying past memories. These are time to like look at your past memories in one like whole scene and be like, wow, I lived a good life, or like some people end up with regrets. This is just like savoring through your gallery of life's accomplishments, savoring the accomplishments you've had, and just doing a final inventory of life's experiences and taking a mental note of what you will leave behind. You will leave a lot behind: your kids, your grandkids, your life, your basically life has even started moving on from you. This is just such a crazy age, but I can imagine. I hope I live to see those days. I pray so. In this stage, you might also feel like life is meaningless because what was the point? So guys, I think the whole point of these videos was just to show you that life happens and we all go through the same cycle, and you don't need to do everything properly. You don't need to live by all like the set societal standards. Life eventually comes to an end, and so do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Travel to that country, love that person, talk to that person, have that conversation you've been avoiding, quit that job that has been stressing you, save that money. Like, you just need to cultivate an authentic self, a person who is able to live by their own means, and that is how you remain true to your essence of being a human being. And also cultivate your dreams, cultivate your vocations, cultivate your other things, except like physical appearance. And guys, I hope you enjoyed these videos. I'll be doing more of them because I read a lot, and of course I want to bring the thoughts out here because they just be too much in my head and I want to share them with you. So I hope you enjoyed it. So subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification button, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye. I hope I didn't scare you too much with these videos, but it's just calls for food for thought. Like, think about what you want to do with your life. Think about what you're struggling with in your life. Think about what you're running away from. Think of the traumas that you've not healed. And this is just a chance for you to open and be ready to like work on them so that even your later years will be happy years. So guys, I will see you next time. Bye.